Give it a little bit of time. Let some folks come on in so we can hang out a little bit. I'm driving home. Got this long commute. A lot of things going on. Just wanted to chat for a little bit. Since I got my little headset on, and since I got a little bit of time on my hands, maybe nobody even show up. Doesn't matter. But one thing I was wanting to cover is some stuff that's going on social media these days. Um, I'll check, Instagram, Facebook, not on Twitter as much as I used to be, but it is what it is. Um, Man, the situation with Epstein is heating up. Is heating up for real. If you've been watching social media for the last month or so, then you know that the mainstream media has shut down the whole Epstein situation. They're not covering it after that suicide in quotes, because nobody really believes that. After the official story of Epstein committing suicide and all that, it's like basically the whole mainstream just shut that whole story down, and nobody's even covering it. Nobody's even watching. So the soldiers on social media, what they do, what we do, and I did one of these too, is like people have been putting these memes up talking about basically with Epstein didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't commit suicide. And I'm saying it's like a lot of them are entertaining. I did one where I put up the steps to cure an ear infection, how to treat that with home remedy like apple cider vinegar and isopropyl rubbing alcohol. So I'm in there and I put it was like 6 or 7 steps. I'm like, step one, get a small container, fill it up with apple cider vinegar. Step two, add isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Step three, put a cotton ball inside the small container to soak up the solution. Lay down with your infector up. Step five, Epstein didn't kill himself. Step six, place the cotton ball into the ear, let it drain into the ear. Step six, dry the ear, remove the cotton ball and all that. And or step seven, whatever. But I'm saying people have been putting those creative little memes up just to remind the general public that Epstein didn't kill himself. And one of the major things that came out recently was an undercover video done by Project Veritas, where actually it wasn't even done by Project Veritas. Somebody that works for ABC News leaked a video of this lady. What was her name? Amy Kobach, something like that. Why don't you remind the general public Mark Sargent is a shill? The hell's a shill? Anyway, um, name's Amy Kobach, and she's on the video talking to a producer about how she had all this information about Ghislaine Maxwell, how she did a interview with Virginia Roberts, Giuffre, um, and she had all this information. She mentioned the Clintons. She was talking about how the royal family, the Buckingham Palace, had basically threatened them a million different ways, is what she said. She was threatened by the palace so many different ways. The royal family does not want information about Prince Andrew becoming public, and the lady was going off about how she had pictures and statements and women who would support her, back up the story and all that. And that got out today as far as exposure. I mean, it's shared on YouTube on Project Veritas, obviously, but so many other people were chiming in on what's going on. And I mean, that's something like kind of serious. you know Maybe the mainstream will pick up on it, maybe, If there's any good people in government, maybe few and far between, maybe they'll pick up on it and might make mention of it. But I'm sure the executives at ABC, they're having a rough time trying to adjust to this whole situation and all this exposure that they were complicit with this whole cover up and the hashtag Epstein suicide cover up. That's trending on Twitter. Hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself. That's trending on Twitter. And it's just a lot going on with that whole situation, man. ABC, that network, I believe they're owned by Disney. Imagine that. They're in trouble. They're going to be in trouble just a little bit. All right. What's up, Macchiato? What's happening? But yeah, that whole situation right there is blowing up. It's blowing up. There was a statement, there was a quote in that video where somebody said, in a short period of time, the world's going to figure out that Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile in the U.S., probably in U.S. history, something like that. But I don't know. I'm just going to continue monitoring the situation, man. Not going to speculate too much on what will or won't happen. But I mean, this type of stuff's been going on for a long time, and it's been swept under the rug. It's like Epstein made a living off of blackmailing people. Hey, what's up, Ron? But yeah, Epstein basically made a living off of blackmailing people because he would have these folks come to his island, set them up to get a massage from an underage masseuse, underage girl, and they would end up recording whatever interaction. They would have like a sexual encounter, and then Epstein could kind of blackmail them and exploit these people. Some people probably came along willingly. Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's jet 26 times. A lot of it just goes so deep. It just goes so deep as far as that situation goes, man. These politicians, these executives at these networks and all that, they all got their hands involved in this thing in one way or another. But it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. ABC's in trouble. I don't have cable. Not going to pay for cable. I'll check the site, check other content creators stuff to see what's going on. If they're making videos about how ABC is trying to quash the whole story, and see if Amy has to walk back her statements, because this wasn't a news report. She was supposed to report on Epstein. She was supposed to air that interview with Virginia Roberts years ago, but she's just been kind of sitting on this information all this time, and now it's come out. This tape, this was like a hot take. You know what I'm saying? She was in front of the camera, but she didn't know if it was recording or not, and she was just talking, just too much truth, talking about how pissed off she was that she wasn't able to air that interview, talking about how they were threatened by the palace and all that. No, Mark, I'm not freaking shaving my beard. I might cut it down a little bit. Don't get mad at me because you don't have this awesome beard. Anyway, I appreciate it, Cizo. Yeah, man. But it's weird what's going on, folks. It's weird what's going on with these whole situations. Hope everybody's doing good. My commute's just crazy. I might go live during these commutes if I don't have anything else going on, just to chat for maybe 20-30 minutes, and then I still have another half hour to drive. Craziness. Shalom. What's happening? But now I'm at this crazy point. Onto some personal stuff. Now I'm at this point, this time of the year. We had just had that daylight savings time. The clocks went forward. Was it? What? Clocks went back That's right. Fall back. Clocks went back an hour. So now I get off at 4 o'clock, and by the time I get home, it's gonna be like 5:20. Something like gonna be like pitch black. I get up early in the morning. I'm on the way to work, and it's pitch black. So that's gonna be fun. So all my days with the sun actually shining, I'm gonna be at work, except for a couple little days on the weekend. But such is life when you gotta participate in the slave job aspect of the Matrix. Come. Yeah, absolutely. It's clear that Epstein has high-powered friends that set him free. You got that right. Yeah. Ron, you drive an hour to work every day too? Yeah, man. I mean, Epstein obviously had friends in high places. Now, there's the picture of someone with drone footage over Little St. James showing another like an Epstein lookalike at the island. So he might still be alive. I mean, as far as that whole suicide thing, that didn't happen. Then there's the one doctor. I forget the guy's name. But he was involved in JFK's assassination. Worked on a couple other high-profile autopsies. And he came out last week saying that, upon further investigation of the autopsy, that it looks more realistic that there are signs of strangulation as opposed to just a regular asphyxiation of someone who strangled themselves. Now, I mean, we would have to ask ourselves how a guy on suicide watch is going to kill himself anyway. And like I said, when I talked about this a while ago, if you're on suicide watch, you don't just come off of suicide watch, especially, you try to kill yourself. And the example I gave, when I was in the Army for 8 years, and I remember basic training, and there were a couple guys, these new guys. We're all new in the Army at that point at basic training, but these guys were on suicide watch. And what happened when you were on suicide watch, you had a couple of guys with you 24/7. And this is for new privates in the U.S. Army. You got a 19-year-old guy, 18, 19-year-old guy, says some stuff about maybe hurting himself. So he's placed on suicide watch. The drill sergeants have you take away his weapon, put it back in the arms room. He's got I don't know if he... There was one guy on suicide watch. They made him wear a helmet all the time, his Kevlar helmet. They made him wear that all the time. This guy was in PTs. He was under constant supervision. There will be 2 guys assigned to watching this dude 24/7. Wouldn't let the guy out of their sight. Somebody had to go with this guy to go to the bathroom. Okay, it was that serious. Like, if you're in some sort of situation where somebody is on suicide watch, you don't just leave them unsupervised at any point. Like, there were dudes watching this dude sleep. Okay, 24/7 surveillance for a private in the U.S. Army. We're talking about Jeffrey Epstein, at the time probably the most high-profile prisoner in the world, and they take him off of suicide watch, or they move his cellmate, and whoever's supposed to be watching him is just relieved and moved for a few hours or a few days or whatever the story was at that point. It was bull. It was BS, man. So yeah, I mean, that whole situation, that's really shady. Looking from my standpoint, like I said, U.S. Army, a new private is going to get 24/7 surveillance, not going to be let out of their sight. So it's bull crap, man. They wouldn't have let that guy go out like that. Let me see. Yeah, no, Epstein's not dead, CISO. There's no freaking way. There's absolutely no way. But anyway, man, that's the whole story with that lady from ABC. I watched that video from Project Veritas. I watched it one time all the way through. I listened to it, and there was a point where she was talking about somebody else and how they need to hire security, how how they need to be watching their back, looking over their shoulder. At this point, she needs to be looking over her shoulder. She needs security, constant security, because not that she came out intentionally, but the video was leaked. She was the one saying those words and saying those things. And you already know, you hang out with me on my channel at any point, you already know that about that Clinton body count. And I talked about them a few times. You know, those Clintons, they don't play. They do not play that. And people who have dirt on the Clintons, and she did mention the Clintons specifically by name, saying, and she literally said, we've got everything. We've had everything for years. She could end up on the Clinton body count list, or some similar type of list of strange, untimely deaths surrounding the Clintons. But I hope that woman has her own security detail. I hope that she's taken care of. She has people close to her looking out for her, man, because it's crazy. Hey, Sarada, how you doing, girl? Oh yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell. That's right. She was talking about her. That's right. She was talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and how she needs to have security. I'm like, yeah, yeah. No, Amy, you need security. Now, y'all know I had a tweet that I responded to Hillary Clinton. She was talking about how she supports impeachment for Trump and all that, and I had that little response, and that tweet that kind of went viral, just a little viral, not super viral. It went a little bit viral, but I'm saying I was kind of nervous for a little bit, but nah, I feel okay. This whole situation, as far as this lady Amy Kobach, yeah, I feel good. I feel safe. I feel secure. I'm not worried about anything, because I wasn't on a video saying that I actually have information about the Clintons. I wasn't the one talking about interviewing anybody who has ties or has information about the Clintons. I just put up a tweet, and then a screenshot, and a few other people had something to say about it. I'm cool, so I'm not really worried about it, man. Not anymore, because I'm not in it like Amy. But yeah, man. ABC, that network, that's fake news. They shut down that story because there's probably people, more than likely, dealing with ABC that are involved in that whole situation, that are tied up with Jeffrey Epstein. And I mean, he had that little black book, and a lot of people were involved. He was operating for a long time. He got close to a lot of rich and powerful people, and had dirt on a lot of rich and powerful people. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least bit if one of these executives at ABC were involved in that whole situation. So that's why they had to shut the story down. Hey, MJ. But yeah, crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff going on out here. Y'all know how to drive stick? I know how to drive stick. Just saying, you know. I worry about these millennials. Not millennials. These kids these days. They don't know about manual transmission vehicles out here. Anyway, but yeah, just chatting with you. Just hanging out. What's good, folks? Appreciate you tuning in, keeping me company here. I'll keep you company on this long commute. But I'm not gonna keep you for the whole hour. But I got about another 35 minutes on the road. It's all good. The whole how I been? I've been all right. Just relaxing. Just relaxing, living out here, still trying to adjust to this situation. Gotta move my studio around again. Having a good time. Not a whole lot of bad going on in life. Just living one day at a time. Um, I'm marked safe from that fear porn situation in Seattle last week. I didn't even make a video. I didn't report on it. Nothing like that. But I mean, we all probably heard about that situation that could have taken place in Seattle. People were speculating that it would be like a nuclear strike, chemical attack, bombs from a submarine, things like that. But yeah, ultimately nothing happened. So I just ended up watching the Seahawks game for absolutely no reason. Uh, but it's all good. Where's the RV? Oh, the RV is it's at my dude's house. It's at my man Dave's place. Still parked in the same spot. Just chilling. It's cool though. It's cool. You know, Me and Ken, we're hanging in there, doing what we do. We started intermittent fasting, so that's been fun. What we're doing on our situation with the intermittent fasting is like, it's the 8-16 split. You got 8 hours, an 8 hour window where you eat, and then 16 hours where you don't. So our window of consumption is from noon to 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. And then the rest of the time you're just drinking water, tea, or black coffee, not consuming any calories. So 8-16, intermittent fasting. Let's get it. Good stuff, MJ. Said you do that too. That's awesome. But yeah, that's the new thing. That's just what's going on. Just chatting with you. It occurred to me. I keep forgetting about this. Got so many things going on, so much stuff I'm trying to keep up with, relationships at distances and things to prepare for. I'm gonna be at the Flat Earth conference next week. Yeah, I'm going. Deal with it. And we've been working on my presentation, so that's something I'll be doing when I get home. That's something I'll be doing until until I get the damn thing finished, I guess. But so my thoughts on the conference. I get people saying, we already know the truth. There's actually no need for a conference, anything like that. I get it. I understand. Like we already know that the Earth is flat, and people say that having something like a Flat Earth conference, it really doesn't add anything to the truth. Yeah, I'm going. Well, I don't know if I'm going live at the conference. I might, Sarada. Yeah, we all know that the Earth is flat. There might be some new information. Maybe not. The way I see it, from my perspective, is that a lot of people are going to show up to the conference as a means to connect with like-minded people. I always say that because, a lot of people, and I was like this when I first came into this information. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I try to talk to friends. I try to talk to co-workers. I talk to family, and like a lot of other people, you get shut down. People will laugh at you when you mention the words flat Earth. You don't have anybody to talk to about it. So, I'm looking at it from somebody that's kind of new to this thing, that doesn't have access to flat earthers the way that a lot of content creators do. They're just trying to hang out, just trying to connect with their tribe, with the family. You know what I'm saying? People that understand this whole shorthand, they want to hang out with people who aren't going to make them feel weird for saying the words flat Earth. That's where I feel a lot of people are coming from when they show up to something like the Flat Earth conference. So it's not about getting new information. It's about the fellowship. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's as much eye rolling and pushback when somebody says they got tickets to a football game. The same people that will sit here and persecute somebody for saying, yeah, I'm going to the Flat Earth conference, I got my ticket, blah blah blah. It's like they can be working with somebody at the same office, and they'll say something along the lines of, "Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder for this," and they won't say a word to that person. And this person sat here and spent hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars so they could go to these football games on a regular basis. Why? Because they're going to go to this game and they're going to be around the same people who speak the same language, who believe the same thing, who are supporting that team, who are hardcore, supporters, fans of that team. They won't say anything to those people spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, to go to these games. But if somebody says they want to go to a flat Earth conference, it's like they'll put up all kinds of posts and say that's stupid. You're, calling people names and all that. It's not even like that. And it's like I believe that on social media, or in this age where we can all communicate real time over these vast distances, people will discount the whole idea of humanity and the social construct of connecting with people. It's like, I don't know, folks just discount the whole aspect of connection. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It just makes more sense that you want to be around people who think the same way that you think for a little bit. It's like kind of a safe space, if you would. You got people who would say, "Oh, you're snowflake, you need a safe space." I'm like, yeah, because society's been programmed to persecute anybody who says that the Earth is flat, with no problem. So yeah, people would probably need place where they can hang out with people who understand the same thing. And if people choose to pay for it, so be it. And for me, I'm like, honestly, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna go. I tried to call Robbie. What's up, Milkman? Chris, what's happening, man? I called Robbie Davidson. I tried to pull out like a couple months ago. I'm like, yeah, man, you know what? I don't really feel like I have anything to add. It's just, I'm sitting here hemming and hawing, trying to get out of it. But I gave him my word earlier this year that I would be speaking at the conference, and he reminded me of that. Me being a man of my word, I told him I'd speak, so I'm going. It is what it is, I'm gonna keep my word. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna do my presentation. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna get out there and do what I gotta do. And then he reminded me of another aspect. That's the people. It's all about the people. It's all about connection. And I forgot about that for a little bit. People, look, not to sound like big-headed or anything. So I've been to these conferences. I've been to meetups. It's like when somebody runs up and they want to give me a hug or take a selfie or something. I feel privileged that people are actually happy to see me, and I'm happy to see them. But I think about folks who might show up looking for me. If somebody's showing up looking for me and I don't show up, I don't know, that kind of makes me, unaccountable to some degree. But it's just something I'd rather not do is just be flaky like that. I gave the man my word. I'm showing up. Besides, people might be looking for me. That's cool with me. So I'll be seeing whoever at the Flat Earth Conference. Will I go next year? I don't know. Depends on how things go this year. But on the schedule, they got me after Rob Skiba. Like I'm going to be trying to teach anything about Flat Earth after Rob Skiba. Or like you would be able to teach something about Flat Earth after Rob Skiba. Rob Skiba's got a 3-hour presentation put together testing the globe, and he's going to go over all kinds of aspects of Flat Earth. The hell am I going to teach anybody about Flat Earth after Rob Skiba? No, I'm going to do my presentation, my little 45-minute slot. We're going to have some fun. At least that's what I'm going for, On mine, we're just going to be having some fun. I'm going to be cracking some jokes. We're just going to be having a good old time, man. It's all good. I'm gonna keep it light on mine. I'm just gonna be clowning, having a good old time, man. I'm not gonna be trying to teach anything too serious after freaking Rob Skiba. Are you crazy? So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm about to head home. Add some more stuff to my presentation. So, you know, we just have a good time. So I'll be talking a little bit about some things that are wrong with NASA, reasons why we don't trust NASA. That is, um, I don't know, perhaps the state of the community. Um, Maybe some encouraging words. I'd like to speak to the media for a little bit. Because like every year, it seems like some media sources will come there with the intent to try to make us look crazy. And I mean, we're human beings. We're regular people like anybody else. So, you know, it's all good, man. I'd like to speak to the media about that. And look, one of the things I'm gonna say, Sarada, I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. I hope you stay safe also out here because it's getting crazy. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you very much. Um, but what I would like to say to the media, if anything, is shame on them. I would be like, shame on you. If you're coming here to try to make these people who are just trying to connect with like-minded individuals look crazy just so you can get your views up or get some ratings or so you can go laugh with your friends who think that water can stick to a spinning ball, if that's where you're at, you're just out here trying to make fun, shame on you. And I need to make a note. I need to make a freaking note to say that on the stage, because if they're trying to make us look crazy, nah, I'm not having it. I will chastise them from the stage. Wait for it. Wait for it. If I got to write it on my arm, shame on you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a word for the media. Um, but yeah, like being, these folks are just trying to connect, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. People have these meetings in Roswell, New Mexico. These alien enthusiasts. I don't see the media. Well, the media might be showing up to try to make them look crazy. Let me cut that out. I gotta do more research on that. But it's all good, man. We'll just continue along. But you know, let me go ahead and end this rant. Go ahead and shut down this chat. I appreciate you, Sarada. Thank you. Um, but why do we want the attention of the media? It's not even so much that we want the attention of the media. The media is going to show up, and the way I see it, Peanuts, the way that I see it, man, is nobody is going back to believing in the globe. The way I see it is like everybody already was brought up to believe in the globe. Everybody was already brought up to believe in flat, to make jokes about flat Earth. All right, we were taught that in society. We were taught that in school. They're still teaching that in school. They're still pushing that bull crap in society. But the whole thing is, they will put us out on the media, and even the hit pieces bring more people to flat Earth. Even Logan Paul's dumbass, his little hit piece mockumentary probably brought some people to flat Earth. Behind the Curve, that thing on Netflix, there's a lot of people who believed in the globe who looked into flat Earth as a result of that particular hit piece. We're not losing people, is my thing. We're not. I don't see it that we're losing people. I'm not saying all exposure is good exposure. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is our numbers only grow. And I put up a post about this. I put up a post about this on my Facebook last week. It was just a meme, and the meme, it was an hourglass, and the hourglass at the top, it was a globe, and then at the bottom it was the flat Earth model with the dome and all that. Okay, I know. Let's not get into that. All right, and it said it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. The globe is not gaining ground. Flat Earth is gaining ground every day. So, they're laughing at us because of that. They're laughing at us anyway. So it really doesn't matter, man. So, I hope that just cleared that up. I'm not, you know, not trying to justify any hit pieces. I'm not saying that um, it's a good thing that they try to make us look bad. I'm just saying it's not. I don't see it as the world's on fire when a negative article comes out or a negative news piece comes out, because there's been more people coming out with it recently anyway, and that type of mainstream stuff that attracts people that you and I can't connect to. I can't reach a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I can't reach. There's a lot of people that you can't reach. But the mainstream media, they keep talking about flat Earth, and then people who only pay attention to the mainstream, they're going to be like, "Why the hell is everybody talking about flat Earth? You know what? Let me look into this." Bam, and then they're gonna look into it, and they might turn. There's gonna be some people who look into flat Earth as a result of the censorship of flat Earth. So it's like no matter what they do, it's just we're just bringing more people in anyway. You know, um, who was that? The famous boxer in the UK, Frock. He came out talking about flat Earth. Hell, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson recently, he was sitting here on that on that one podcast. I forget the name of it, but Mike Tyson was on a podcast talking to these guys. He's like, what? How fast is the Earth spinning? How fast are we moving? Over 1,000 miles per hour? Get out of here. He's like, we would be ripped to pieces. With that type of wind would rip us to shreds. Mike Tyson's not believing the globe anymore. How did that happen? It happened because we've been putting in work. It probably happened because somebody that he knows somebody that he knows, or somebody that he knows, and somebody got to Mike Tyson, and now Mike Tyson's not going for the globe anymore. So I mean, it's not all bad, man. We're expanding. Just last week, InfoWars put some stuff out. I know this is where some folks are gonna say Alex Jones is a Zionist shield, paid Illuminati puppet. I don't know. But what I do know is there's a lot of people who listen to InfoWars, who pay attention to Alex Jones, trust his word, trust what they put out, watch that dude religiously, and then they sat there and they looked at it and they're like, InfoWars is putting out a flat Earth video, and it looked pretty solid. It wasn't a hit piece. That wasn't a hit piece. InfoWars put out a pro flat Earth video, and people who only watch InfoWars tuned in, and they probably looked more into flat Earth because they were putting together some pretty concise arguments in that video. So I didn't really see it as a bad thing. I'm in the mountains right now, by the way, and it's getting kind of dark. But yeah, see, Serrata watched it. I uploaded it on my video. I went ahead and copied it and put it on there. Yeah. Thank you, Peanuts Clark. You are absolutely right. I agree, sir. It is a great time to be a flat earther because all the stuff that's coming out, man. More people waking up to this. All right, look, y'all didn't hear this from me. You didn't hear this from me. Okay, I haven't told anybody this. This is for D Marble Live. The 20 people that are here right now. Look, I was back and forth with Dwight Howard, who now plays for the Lakers, because he followed me on Instagram. Dwight Howard followed me on Instagram. Gee, I wonder why Dwight Howard followed me on Instagram. He knows what's up too. He probably talking to LeBron about it right now. But yeah, it's expanding, y'all. I promise you, it's expanding. Don't worry. Don't worry about what the opposition tries to do with these hit pieces and stuff, man. Don't worry about it. That's between us. Don't go telling everybody about that, man. But there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who know about this stuff, man. There's NBA football players. There's all kinds of folks talking about this stuff, man. We're not the only ones out here making stuff, making noise. Shoot. Because look, if you think about this, think about how you were when you first came into this. when you first came into this, you couldn't stop talking about this. When these people, these celebrities, these athletes, um, models, even probably boxers, you know, they 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 keep talking about it too. And I can't release names. I was talking to a guy who is a professional actor, and he gave me some names of some pretty popular people in Hollywood who are also flat earthers, but they're still in the closet because they're still relevant. They're still making movies. They're still getting paid, and they can't come out. They can't come out, with what they believe in just yet. But it's some pretty relevant actors in Hollywood who know that the Earth is flat. Also, I'm not gonna name names. I told him I wasn't gonna name names. He told me to keep it between us, but I need you. You gotta trust me on this one. You gotta trust me on this one. All right. Um. So anyway, I'll be home in a little bit, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and shut this one down. This whole rant. I appreciate you hanging out with me. You said Trump knows. Yeah, I think so. I think so, John. You know, I think Trump knows. Trump knows what's going on. It's catching fire out here, man. Flat Earth is spreading. Believe that. Believe that. Know that. People. It's expanding, folks. We're spreading. They can't stop this thing. It's only a. Did y'all see that article that came out where they're saying that now scientists are saying that um alluding to the idea that the universe might be an enclosed system. They're coming out now saying that they might have gotten the whole idea of the universe all wrong. There's articles coming out about that. I might go live on my other channel to talk about that for a little bit. Just do a quick little stream when I get home. But there's stuff going on, folks. There's stuff going on. Please believe it. We're all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one out. Uh, let me know. Let me know if I don't know. I might go live on these. I'll try to keep it to maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe shorter than that. Just talking about whatever, because I can't pull things up on my screen and all that. I'm just hanging out with y'all. This is D Marble Live. I should start going live on this channel. I know I keep saying that. I'm fickle. I'm human. I'm sorry. I apologize for it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off, y'all. As always, be good to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay flat. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Peace.